Hi there. We all have stresses in our lives, none more so than the dreaded job interview or indeed that first week in the new job. For people with autism, these stresses can be even more. This little set of videos is intended to show you how to and how not to deliver a good interview for you, the employer, and for that person with autism. And remember, people with autism have a lot to offer in terms of employee, and yet only 15% of those with a diagnosis are actually in paid employment. With the help of these videos, we hope to show you how to make that situation much better for you, the employer, and for them, the person with autism.
Dear Alice, thank you for applying for the role of office trainee with our organisation. We would like to invite you to an interview for the position. This will be an opportunity for you to tell us more about yourself and discuss the role. The interview will take place at our office at the above address. You will be interviewed by Jamie Archer at 12 p.m. on Wednesday the 15th of this month. Please ensure that you are on time for the interview and report to reception on your arrival. Hello, my name is Alice. I'm here for an interview today at 12 p.m. with Jamie Archer.
Okay, could you just take a seat there, please?
Where do you want me to take it to?
Would you just put the chair back down and sit down, please?
We are Scotland, and together we can reach the Euro 2016 finals in France. Scotland take on Gibraltar on Sunday the 29th of March at 5 p.m.
Excuse me, Jamie was supposed to meet me at 12 p.m. It's now 10 past 12. Where is he? Have I missed it? And could you turn the music down, please?
Jamie's just a bit tied up today, but don't worry, I'll be free shortly. And I'm sorry, it's company policy, I can't turn the music down.
Tied up?
Could you just sit down, please?
Alice Turner?
I thought, are you Jamie?
Sorry, Jamie's just a bit tied up today. I'm Jennifer. I'll be conducting your interview.
I thought my interview was with Jamie Archer.
Well, I'll have to do, no doubt. Are you coming? Okay, sorry for getting things off the ground a little later than expected. But we'll just have to run a little bit later at the end. So, Alice, tell me a bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Alice Turner. I'm 20 years old. I've got blue eyes and red hair. I went to Slinger Primary School.
No. I mean, can you tell me a little bit about your experience in the working world?
Well, I haven't had a job before, so I haven't got any experience.
So, what are your skills? What are you good at?
I like doing photography.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that doesn't really apply to this job, does it? Let's try something else. Where do you see yourself in 10 years, Alice? How do you think that this job will help develop yourself?
Well, I don't know because I can't predict the future, so I don't know where I'll be in 10 years' time.
There's no need to be sarcastic.
I'm not. I really can't see into the future.
Okay, let's just power through. In this job, you'll be expected to perform general office tasks. Nothing taxing, but you will have to think on your feet quite a bit. Can you give me any examples of how you've had to think on your feet before?
Well, what does that mean? I really don't understand.
I just told you, Alice.
No, you didn't.
Alice, that tone isn't going to get you anywhere whatsoever. I think we should really just stop the interview right here.
But on the letter, it said the interview would last 30 minutes. It's only been 5 minutes. And we were 10 minutes late starting. Does that mean I haven't got the job?
Thanks for coming, Alice. Jamie will be in touch with you tomorrow.
So, okay, what did you think of what we've just seen? There were some good, some bad, some additions could be made, some things should certainly be taken out. Here's some of the things that I noticed. Keep your questions closed. Open questions can take you into territory where you don't need to be and may lead to some confusion. Also, Don't use metaphors. Try to avoid similes and social language like that. The reason being that most people on the spectrum actually live literally. So if the questions are abstract or in any way confusing, confusion is what they will cause. And finally, please don't ask unexpected questions. They cause confusion, add stress, and make the whole process much more difficult for all concerned. Let's have a look at a more positive interview and spot the differences and see if you could use them in your interviews to get a more positive result for you and for the interviewee.
Thank you for applying for the role of office trainee with our organisation. We would like to invite you to an interview for the position. This will be an opportunity for you to tell us more about yourself and discuss the role. The interview will take place at our office at the above address. You will be interviewed by either Jamie Archer or myself, Jennifer Wright, at 12 p.m. on Wednesday the 15th of this month. Please ensure that you are on time for the interview and report to reception on your arrival.
It was really good. I can highly recommend it. You must go.
Oh yeah, definitely will. So have you got a busy day today?
Pretty full on. We're interviewing for the new office trainee.
Oh right, that's great.
Hello, my name is Alice. I'm here for the interview for the office trainee. It's with either Jamie or Jennifer today at 12 p.m.
Oh hi Alice, this is actually Jennifer standing behind you.
Hi Jennifer.
Hello Alice, nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in today. Would you like to follow me to the interview room?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay Alice, this is where the interview is going to take place. We'll be in here till about 12:30. Is there anything you want to ask me?
No, I'd just like to start, please.
Great. Would you like to sit down?
Okay.
So Alice, in this role, your duties will be general photocopying, file binding, printing, and talking on the phone to other departments. You may also have to take other calls to outside organisations as well. Are you comfortable with that?
Yes, I am.
Great, okay. So can you tell me what IT skills you've got?
Well, I'm good at Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, internet and email.
Wonderful. So have you ever worked in an office before?
No, but I applied for this job so I can learn how to work in an office.
Right, okay, that's excellent. So how do you think that we could help you make things easier for you?
Well, I'm very sensitive to loud noises and I get headaches very easily.
Right.
So I was wondering if you could turn the music down.
That's no problem at all. What we can do is actually turn off the music in your section of the office. Okay?
Okay.
Wonderful.
Well now, you've seen the alternative scene. What do you think? Can you spot the differences? Can you spot the improvements? Looking at the context, you can see both parties are very relaxed, much more positive, and as a result of that and those small adjustments that have been made, it's more likely to be a positive outcome for both the interviewer and the interviewee. What happens now? It's that crucial first day. Let's have a look at one scenario where things don't go quite as positively as we would hope they would.
Come in.
Oh, hi Mark.
I'm Emma, your supervisor. Ready for your first day?
I'm a wee bit nervous, but yes, I should be fine.
Don't worry, we don't bite. And we'll not give you anything too taxing on your first day. If you want to hang your jacket up there and take a seat there. So Mark, your first task today is photocopying. It's been a wee bit temperamental, but don't worry, I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. Photocopiers that way.
I don't mean to be a pain, but I've never used that model before.
It's not rocket science, it's a photocopier, Mark. I'm sure you'll get your head around it, no problem. Mark, could you possibly phone down Jane in marketing for me and ask her to come and meet with me? And then when you've done that, I've left some more tasks for you to do.
Sorry, but I'm not supposed to get a specific training for allowed to use the phone. Is that alright?
Just be formal, it won't kill you. Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, I'm not sure about that restaurant though. Maybe the other place up the road? Yeah, that's much better. About 6 o'clock?
Hello, Mark speaking. I'll just get her. Yeah, here she is.
Hi Mark. I need to jump away just now. Could you stay behind and update the night shift and what's been happening today?
But I thought I finished at 5:30.
I know, but I need someone to touch base with them and just keep them up to date.
But I've put on the night shift. I don't know what they look like, and I've got something for 6 o'clock. I thought I finished at 5:30.
I know, but you can make up your time tomorrow. So I'll catch up with you then, okay?
So how was that for you? I certainly spotted some things that I thought could have been improved upon. Let's have a look at some of them. What about the use of metaphor and imprecise language? Leads to confusion, can lead to stress. Can you assume that someone has skills that you haven't asked them about? No, you can't. This puts more additional stress and causes confusion. People don't know where they are and don't know what's expected of them. What about the workload? If you give people 20 tasks at the one time, you're in danger of confusing them. Make sure that you keep small, bite-sized chunks of work so that people know what's expected of them in particular scenarios. And finally, unexpected changes to work schedule, to work hours, to workload should be avoided if possible. Certainly, they should not come as a surprise. Now let's have a look at how this scene could have been done differently.
So Mark, this is the office that you're going to be working in. That's your desk there, and this is mine here. Now do you want to take your jacket off and hang it up on the back of the door? Okay. Sit down there. So how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling a wee bit nervous, but I should be fine.
That's okay, most people are nervous on their first day in a new job anyway. I've made up a work plan for you, and what this does is it explains all your day-to-day tasks while you're here. If you've got any questions at all, just ask me. Alright? I will mention that from time to time we have to work late in the evenings. Is that going to be a problem?
Yep, that's fine, that's not a problem.
Okay then, but I will give you plenty of notice. What I'll do now is I'll take you around the rest of the office and I can show you any other tasks that might need to be done. Is that alright?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. So Mark, the process of copying is actually really simple. Just place your paper in there and you come down here and you'll see the black and white. So we want a black and white copy and we want one copy and you would press start there. Okay? Why don't you try? Excellent. If you've got any problems at all, we've got some instructions here for you. Okay? So if I give you these to copy, if you want to take half an hour or so, and then I can meet you back at your desk and we'll go over some other things. If you need any help, just come and ask.
No problem, thank you, Emma.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Yeah, I think I'm
Hello,
ready.
Mark speaking.
Great idea.
Hang on a wee second, Anne. I'll see if she's available.
Hold on.
It's Anne from marketing.
Can you take a message? I'm going to be on this call a wee while longer.
Hi Anne, she's in another call just now, so what I can do is if I take your message and number, she'll get back to you as soon as she can, okay?
Okay, yeah, I'm happy to set that up.
No problem, Anne, I will do it. Thank you, bye.
Hi Mark, how are you?
I'm good, Emma. How are you?
I'm good too, thanks. Do you remember at your induction I had said that you might need to work late an odd night?
I do, yes.
Would that be possible for you to work late tomorrow night?
Yes, it'll be possible for me to work late tomorrow night.
Okay, could you make sure that Ian Black, who's on night shift, gets this file? He's usually here about 6 o'clock, and you can go as soon as you've given it to him.
That's not a problem. I will do.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry, Emma, have you got a minute?
Yeah, sure.
You know, you were saying that there were certain accounts that weren't filed in a way that were accessible. Well, I came up with a possible 4-way filing system. Basically, it's in 4 sections. The day it was registered, the register number, a colour to represent the file reference, and what section it's under.
That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. We've been needing something like this for such a long time. Wonderful. Did someone ask you to do this?
I just thought it needed to get done, so I thought and just made a start on it and then see if it was a possible way of keeping track of accounts.
It's fantastic. I'm so delighted that you've used your own initiative as well. Thank you. Well done.
Thank you, Emma.
Okay, now, you've seen a much more positive perspective on that first day. The instructions were clear and precise. There was no overloading of workload, of tasks. There were no surprises. It was notified in advance, and people are much more comfortable with the whole environment, and it is very likely by proceeding this way you will have a positive outcome for that first day and the future going forward with this new employee. I hope that having seen these 2 videos, you now have a much more positive perspective on what works and what doesn't work in relation to those 2 vital functions, the interview and the first day at work. I hope that looking forward, you will feel much more confident in relation to employing and training those on the autistic spectrum.
Wish I could see the world through your eyes. Wish I could know how you feel inside. And you can teach me how to feel young again. 'Cause this life is for the living. 'Cause you don't